nonsense. Sandi, on that theme, I suppose, considering all these things are related, and the control mechanism that is Agenda 2030, what are your thoughts on that right now?
Well, I'm just about to speak really about how 2030 is really the nub of everything. Everything really radiates out from 2030. And I did a talk at a festival a few weeks ago called the Gert Dog Festival in Somerset. Gert means big, so it's a big dog festival. It's on the Gert Dog of Langport, which is an effigy in the land. A lot of people enjoyed seeing this and the way I broke it down and said, this actually makes sense. Because it's like joining the dots. There's so many things going wrong in our world. And it kind of brings it all back, and you see where it's all radiating from. So my first slide is really a kind of a visual of that. Now, you can't see it very well here because it's quite small, but in the centre is Agenda 2030, and I will explain all these other ones radiating out, because all of it is linked. And 2030, Agenda 2030, which was brought about in 2015 by, it originated from Agenda 21, it became 2030 in 2015 at the Vatican by President Obama, where the 17 goals were launched. So the next slide is really about the control framework and how that works. We've got one of the branches is DEI mandates, enforcing ideological compliance in workplaces, education and government, undermining meritocracy and creating division. And then we've got net zero policies, costly energy transitions that dismantle reliable infrastructure, raise living costs and energy costs, and give over the energy control to global actors. And then we've got mass migration, overloading housing and services, changing demographics rapidly, and eroding national cohesion. We've got a lot of these attacks on farming, land rewilding, carbon offsets that drive farmers out of business and reduce domestic food security. ESG, we've got environmental and social governance contracts for businesses, which will dictate corporate policy via environmental and social scorecards. The sidelines profit and market choice. We've got BNG, which is biodiversity net gain, which is a really big one on scoring and literally commodifying agriculture and nature. So the next one is digital ID systems. Again, centralised databases, enable surveillance and control. We've got the C40 cities with devolution, with the transfer of power from Westminster to the smart cities, and what that means, bypassing local democracy. We've got CBDCs and financial centralisation, programmable money, and education reform and indoctrination, replacing knowledge with ideology, global citizenship training, and climate and social activism. And the next one is obviously the NHS. That's another arm of it, digitising and centralising health data, enabling predictive surveillance and global health governance, property rights erosion, 15-minute cities, mobility restrictions, and surveillance infrastructure, facial recognition, AI monitoring, predictive policing. And then there's the last one is, I think it's the water resource one. Anyway, we've got, water resource control, privatising and rationalising resources under environmental quotas, which is what you were talking about earlier, Charles. Banning private collection in some cases, international treaty overrides, cultural deconstruction, monopoly consolidation, destroying small and medium-sized businesses again, and data mining, and data mining in schools and impact investing, all the children in schools, data mining them. So this all comes back to the 17 sustainable goals. And though each one of those is instrumental in the destruction of everything as we know it. And I'll just sort of go into it a little bit deeper, just with two of those goals, what they really mean. And I'm going to take two that are really related to food. We've got no poverty and zero hunger. So let's start with no poverty. Yeah, it's goal number one, poverty alleviation and social protection. So the UN solution is AI-enabled digital footprints for credit and mobile money access, blockchain identity solutions to enable economic identities for all, and it's like a leveling up of communities. And really, what it means is to make everyone equally poor. UBI with fixed amounts of carbon credits and digital footprints that are all sort of feeding into this data mining facility that they're creating. And the next one is, I think we've got, end hunger. UN access to food, improved nutrition and food production, low-cost GMO mass-produced food production by Monsanto, which is now Bayer, synthetic food proteins, insect proteins, no meat, AI sensors and blockchain to eliminate waste, loss in food value, everything that we really have. But the real meaning of that is to push everything into fake meat, in mass food production, and all that kind of stuff that we know is happening. But this is where it puts it all into one place. These are the two goals that cover that. And that's really, I just wanted to put it all in one place. Agenda 2030 is really the nub of everything that is happening to us right now.
It is, and I think to the UK Colunm audience that's extremely clear, but it is extraordinary the degree to which perhaps the majority of people are still not alive to this. So of course this is very much a message that we do need to continue